If you're trying to be a better cook, it is crucial to have a deeper understanding of the food you work with. When I buy chicken, I prefer purchasing whole chickens and then cutting them into individual pieces, a method known as an 8-cut. This approach not only provides you with better control over the cuts, but also allows you to make use of the bones and leftovers for making stocks and, if desired, rendering the fat. Once you master this technique, you will appreciate its benefits. Moreover, by butchering your own chickens, you can save a significant amount of money and reduce food packaging waste. The first 2 cuts you can make are the wings. They are the easiest cuts, and you can use gravity to help. Start by grabbing one wing and hold up the bird, and for lack of a better term, expose the armpit. Run a sharp knife along the joint to reveal the bones. Use your knife to follow the natural separation around the joint, cut between the bones at the joint, and cut through to the opposite side, and the whole wing should detach easily. Repeat this process for the other wing. At this point, you can clean up the wings by cutting off the tips. Follow the edge of the wing as a guide and cut through the bones connecting the wingtip. These are your first scraps, and save them in a bowl or off to the side. Cutting out the spine. This is where my method of butchering a chicken differs from what you will find online or in cookbooks, but this is how I was taught while in culinary school. I find that removing the spine this way provides better control when handling the chicken. Make 2 scoring cuts along either side of the backbone of the chicken to act as a guide. Lift up the bird, tail end up, and using your knife, start cutting along the spine and through the rib bones. Once removed, put the spine and any excess skin in the trimmings bowl. The next step is removing the sternum, also known as the keel bone, which resembles the keel of a boat. This step can be a bit challenging. To do this, open the chicken like a book and press both halves flat on the cutting board. Identify the keel bone located at the center of the chicken, covered by a membrane. Carefully make 2 shallow cuts along the sides of the bone with the tip of your knife. Use your thumb or fingers to separate the bone from the muscle as much as possible. Firmly grip the keel bone and pull it out of the bird. If it doesn't come out in one piece, remove the attached cartilage and discard it. Finally, locate the center line and cut the chicken into 2 halves. Believe it or not, we're almost done. Take one of the chicken halves and using the edge of your hand, find the natural separation of the breast and the thigh. Now cut along this line. You may need to cut through a rib bone as I do here. Like the wing, we're going to use the chicken's anatomy as a guide when cutting the drum from the thigh. Place the chicken quarter skin side down and locate a line of fat, which is where the 2 pieces meet. Make a cut along the joint, bend the leg back, and the bone should pop out of their joint. It's easy to now cut through to the other side of the leg. Clean up any excess fat from the drums and move aside. You have the choice to either debone the thighs or set them aside along with the wings and drums. To debone, you first need to remove the rib bones and then the leg bone. Trim any meat attached to the bones with your knife, and then bend the thigh backward and cut it off. For removing the thigh bone, use a smaller knife like a paring knife for more precise handling. Slice along both sides of the bone, then slide your knife under it and cut away any remaining meat clinging to the bone. Remember to keep the bones and trimmings. Finally, the last cuts are the breasts. If you like bone in, then set them aside now and you're done. If you want to clean up the breasts a bit more, it's easy to debone them. First, slide your knife flat under the ribs and glide your knife away from you, making a clean cut. This is similar to filleting a fish. Again, using gravity, pinch the tail end of the ribs you just cut away from the breast and let the breast hang down. This allows you to trim away the rest of the connecting meat from the ribs using the tip of your knife. Pull or cut out any remaining bones at this point. Usually there will be at least one which you can easily see. Lastly, you can pull the tenderloin from the breast meat. You don't need a knife to remove it. Clean up any bits of cartilage and fat and add them to your trimmings. You're all done, and it's time to freeze or refrigerate your chicken parts. It's super helpful knowing that you always have the chicken you need for almost any recipe. With the trimmings and bones, you can make stock, which you'll find is useful in so many ways. We have a blog post coming soon to cover that. You can find us at recipesrecommended.com. Thanks again for watching. Please feel free to comment and subscribe. See you soon, and remember, great minds eat alike.